Hello and welcome back to the Naked Expat channel. Today we'll continue our Expat Myth series with a topic that is single men packing their suitcases faster than you can say romance passport. The myth, the legend, the fairy tale your divorced mate in the pub keeps repeating to himself like a mantra: dating abroad is easy. Now, is dating abroad different? Absolutely. Is it automatically easy? Not even close. In fact, dating abroad is a bit like assembling IKEA furniture without the instructions. You think you got it all figured out, but 20 minutes later you realise you've put everything on upside down and something important is missing. So today we're going to explore this myth in depth. Why men believe it, why it's sometimes true, why often it's wildly untrue, and how the reality is way more complicated than most people admit. Let's be honest, many men hear stories like, mate, the dating is so easy abroad, women love foreigners, or you'll have women lining up for you the moment you land. Or my personal favourite, just get on Tinder and boom, you're in a relationship. Yeah, that's how it works. The people saying this are usually the same men who think wearing socks with sandals is perfectly acceptable. Dating abroad isn't a cheat code, it's a free upgrade. It isn't a magical reward for buying a plane ticket. You don't step off the plane and suddenly become Brad Pitt. If anything, you stop off the plane and instantly become sweaty Brad Pitt's confused cousin, trying to work out which exit leads to the taxi queue. Dating abroad can be easier in some ways. People often have stronger family values. They take responsibility more seriously. And many cultures really appreciate maturity and stability. But that does not mean the process is simple. Because dating across cultures means you're stepping into a world where their traditions, their expectations, their communication style, their dating rules, and even their sense of humour might be completely different from yours. You know that old phrase, women are mysterious. Add cultural differences in and it becomes women are mysterious and the instruction manual is in another language. Let's talk about the fantasy many men have. They imagine their dating life abroad will look like a romantic comedy. Beautiful scenery, beautiful women, beautiful encounters. But in reality, it's more like a Netflix series. Lots of drama, unexpected plot twists, reoccurring characters you thought were gone, and several moments where you stare into the camera thinking, what have I done? Dating abroad isn't a movie, it's a season. And sometimes the season ends with a cliffhanger that you didn't ask for. Let's sprinkle in some real world humour, shall we? Anecdote number 1. Not hungry means she is hungry. Every expat has experienced this. You go on a date and ask her, do you want anything to eat? And she sweetly smiles and says, no thank you, I'm not hungry. You think, oh brilliant, cheap date. Then she proceeds to eat half of your meal like she's recreating a David Attenborough documentary titled The Silent Predator. You don't know the fear until you've seen someone take fries off your plate with the precision of a trained sniper. Dating abroad isn't just dating a person. You are, at some point, going to meet the committee of elders. Some cultures take family involvement to a whole new level. You think you're meeting her parents for dinner. Surprise! You're actually taking part in an informal but extremely thorough vetting process. And everyone is there. Mum, dad, siblings, cousins, aunties, neighbours, the guy who fixes the roof. They all came. You sit down and before the food is even served, someone asks, so what are your intentions? You weren't ready. You were just hoping for spring rolls. And what about the language barrier? Even in the Philippines, when you think there isn't one. Sometimes you think you're communicating perfectly. She nods, she agrees, and then later you discover she understood absolutely nothing that you said. You said, let's meet at 6, okay? She heard, we will meet at some point in the general vicinity of evening, possibly. You said, I'm not hungry. She heard, we need to order enough food to feed the whole village. Welcome to cross-cultural dating. With regards to the honeymoon stage, versus reality. Many expats have a great first few weeks. Everything is exciting, everything feels new, everything feels smoother than what they'd left behind. But then comes the real test, communication styles. Back home, if someone is upset with you, they usually tell you. Here, sometimes silence is communication. Sometimes smiling is communication. Sometimes it's okay means it is absolutely not okay, and you will hear about this in 48 hours. Again, it's not bad, it's just different, but it's definitely not easy. After all the jokes, here's the truth. Dating abroad can be absolutely amazing. You can meet women who are warm, loyal, affectionate, and genuinely looking for long-term connections. You find people who appreciate maturity, stability, decency, and reliability. You find relationships built on shared effort, shared goals, and shared values. But it's not effortless, it's not guaranteed, and it is not easy mode. It takes understanding, patience, humility, communication, and a willingness to learn a culture that isn't your own, which, let's be honest, is actually pretty beautiful. So here's the verdict. Dating abroad isn't easy. It's just different. And yes, there are places where meeting women is easier than back home. But relationships, real relationships, those take work anywhere, any culture, any continent. Traveling doesn't erase your flaws. Moving abroad doesn't magically improve your dating skills. And nothing in life becomes permanently easy just because the climate is warmer. Dating abroad is wonderful, but it is not a shortcut, it's a journey. Thank you for watching episode 2 of my Expat Myth series. I hope it made you laugh and gave you a realistic look at dating abroad. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe and share it with somebody else who might find it interesting. And do consider becoming a channel member for exclusive discounts, early access to most of my new videos, and our soon to launch weekly live stream for members. This is Andrew, the Naked Expat channel. I'll see you in episode 3. Until next time, as always, enjoy.